Greetings to all. This is Lekshmi from Chempaka International here to report the world this week. COVID updates. Kerala to impose complete lockdown on weekend. Mass testing campaign to be held on Friday. Following the Supreme Court's wrap to Kerala government's over-easing of COVID restrictions for Bakrid, the state has announced a complete lockdown for July 24th and 25th. It also stated that the health department will conduct a mass testing campaign on Friday, July 23rd, with a focus on districts with high test positivity rate. The state's COVID-19 case graph is on the rise. Test positivity rate is also moving closer to 12% now, and the active case pool is rising steadily. But amidst this apparent gloom, Kerala is beginning to see the vaccination effect and an apparent age shift in infections. COVID-19 antibodies detected in 67% of India's population. According to a new survey indicating how widely the virus spread through the communities during the second wave. India's fourth national sero survey, which examines the prevalence of COVID-19 antibodies either through infection or vaccination, found that 67.6% of the population of more than 1.3 billion has coronavirus antibodies. The survey also demonstrated the slow pace of India's vaccination program. Of those surveyed, 62.2% had not been vaccinated, 24.8% had taken one dose, and 13% were fully vaccinated. COVID-19 is continuing to spread around the world with more than 190 million confirmed cases and more than 4 million deaths across nearly 200 countries. The US, India, and Brazil have seen the highest number of confirmed cases, followed by France, Russia, Turkey, and the UK. Very few places have been left untouched. Several coronavirus vaccines have been approved for use, either by individual countries or groups of countries, such as the European Union and the World Health Organization. Zika for 3 more in the state, 6 in treatment. The total number of patients was 44. 3 more people in the state have been diagnosed with syphilis. With this, a total of 44 people in the state have been diagnosed with the Zika virus. There are currently 6 patients, none of them were admitted to the hospital. Everyone's health is satisfactory. Anil Ambani, ex-CBI chief, on latest list of potential Pegasus targets. The phone numbers of industrialist Anil Ambani and a few other top executives from aerospace industry were found on the alleged list of potential targets of surveillance through the Israeli spyware Pegasus. The numbers of Mr. Ambani and one other official of Reliance Group were put on the list. Encounter breaks out between terrorists, security forces in Jammu and Kashmir's Baramulla. Security forces launched a cordon and search operation in Sopor's Varpora area following information about the presence of terrorists there. Search operation turned into an encounter after the terrorists opened fire on the security forces' positions. 2 terrorists are believed to be trapped inside the cordoned area, adding that no casualties have been reported so far. China rejected on Thursday a World Health Organization plan for a second phase of an investigation into the origin of the coronavirus, which includes the hypothesis it could have escaped from a Chinese laboratory. The WHO this month proposed a second phase of studies into the origins of the coronavirus in China, including audits of laboratories and markets in the city of Wuhan, calling for transparency from authorities. Yang Yixin, Vice Minister of the National Health Commission, said he was taken aback when he first read the WHO plan because it lists the hypothesis that a Chinese violation of laboratory protocols had caused the virus to leak during research. British Grand Prix. F1 teams could face penalties if they visit race stewards without an invitation. The move comes after Mercedes and Red Bull bosses went to see the stewards following Sunday's crash between Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. Race director Michael Macy has written to all teams warning them that visiting the stewards was only permitted with prior approval or an official summons. He warned that transgressions could be considered a breach of F1's rules. Penalties for breaking the article Macy mentioned could range from a reprimand through a fine, points deduction, or even disqualification. Kaylee McEwen pulls out of 200-meter medley to focus on backstroke. Australia's world number 1 Kaylee McEwen has withdrawn from the 200-meter individual medley at the Tokyo Olympics to focus on the backstroke events. The 20-year-old's shock decision comes 2 days before the swimming events start at the Games. McEwen was among the favorites for medley gold, but the event conflicts with the 100-meter backstroke in which she set a world record last month. And with that, we conclude the news report for this week. Now, stay tuned till we come back with the world next week. Again, this is Lekshmi signing out.